Greetings, dear friends. Welcome to an exciting journey through the most colorful and mesmerizing season of the year, fall in New England. In this video, we will show you the most picturesque corners of the region, where nature blooms in golden red colors. We will fly over cozy towns, visiting the scenery from a bird's eye view, drive along winding roads, enjoying the views outside the car window, walk along forest trails, where every step immerses us in the delightful atmosphere of the autumn forest. But it's more than just a trip. We'll tell you how to visit the most picturesque parts of New England, introduce you to the celebrities this region has given the world, reveal the character and psychology of the locals, tell you about the fall festivals and traditions, towns and trails that make this region so unique and interesting. While we take in the incredible beauty of the scenery from above, we'll reveal how tourists from around the world are keeping an eye on the fall changes in New England, how they're spending their time, and what places they're choosing for fall outings. Autumn in New England attracts tourists and photographers because of the variety of colors seen in the trees. The fall colors of orange, red, yellow, and brown create amazing landscapes of tree foliage against bright blue skies and crystal clear lakes. Locals and tourists enjoy walking in parks and forests, bicycling, picnicking, and picking berries and apples. Many head north to the mountains of Vermont and New Hampshire to admire nature. Golden autumn in New England is a time to enjoy the lush nature and experience the unique charm of the region. Every year, millions of tourists come here to witness the beauty of fall in New England with their own eyes. The 2 weeks in mid-October are considered peak season due to what is known as follies, the time when the fall woods change colors. These dates vary each year depending on frost and other weather conditions. During this period, hikers make heavy use of interactive maps to predict peak foliage color changes in the region's forests. We continue our journey and are now heading to one of the most scenic and breathtaking forest trails, the Brook Falls Waterfalls Trail in Connecticut. It's right in front of us. Brook Falls Trail is a circular trail about 1.5 miles or 2.4 kilometers long that winds through dense forests and mountain slopes, connecting several waterfalls, including the spectacular Brook Falls. This route is suitable for everyone, experienced hikers and beginners alike. There are scenic spots at every turn, ideal for photographing and enjoying the beauty of nature. Brook Falls, located in the Seymour Conservation Area in Connecticut, is a small but extremely scenic waterfall surrounded by dense forests and rocky banks. It's a place where nature seems to invite you to linger and immerse yourself in its peaceful atmosphere. The Brook Falls Trail offers a variety of natural landscapes, from shady woodlands to open areas with spectacular views of valleys and rivers. In the fall, this trail transforms into a true scenic gallery as the trees don their golden and scarlet outfits, creating vibrant and contrasting landscapes. The water rushing over the rocks and rushing down from the heights reflects the fall sun, adding even more warmth and charm to the landscape. The fall season on the Falls Trail is a feast for the eyes. Forests covered in golden, orange, and red leaves provide vivid contrasts to the deep blue skies and dark cliffs. The endless streams of water rushing over the rocks look even more pure and transparent against the background of this extravaganza of autumn colors. Stunning views of the waterfalls and surrounding forests await you throughout the Brook Falls Trail. From the observation decks and rock ledges along the trail, you can enjoy views from 300 to 600 feet, or 90 to 180 meters above ground level. These are ideal points to stop and enjoy the beautiful scenery of the surrounding forests and valleys. Different animals can also be found on the trail. Birds, squirrels, and even deer often look for food there. Friends, as we continue our journey enjoying a bird's eye view of New England's fall scenery, we'll talk about how fall transforms the region's mountains. Golden autumn in the Appalachian mountain ranges is a truly magical time of year. These ancient mountains that stretch across the eastern United States become a living painting when the forests begin to change colors. Shades of orange, gold, red, and scarlet literally fill every corner, turning nature into a vibrant kaleidoscope of colors. The Appalachian Mountains cover a vast area from Maine in the north to Georgia in the south. And each part of this region offers its own unique interpretation of fall beauty. These forests are dominated by deciduous trees, such as maples, oaks, and hickories. Each of these trees changes color at different times, creating dynamic and mesmerizing landscapes that are constantly changing throughout the fall. Mountain peaks, deep gorges, waterfalls, and winding rivers make the Appalachian Mountains the perfect place for those who want to enjoy the beauty of nature. National parks, such as the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, offer great places to visit this time of year. You'll find numerous outlooks that offer stunning views of fall forests, mountains, and valleys. For hikers, the Appalachian Trail, one of the most famous and longest hiking trails in the world, offers a unique opportunity to pass through the most beautiful corners of these mountains. Passing through forests that crisscross the mountain ranges, you can see how nature turns into a real show, where every day brings new shades and emotions. And now we move from the picturesque forest scenery to one of New England's most interesting and mysterious structures, the majestic Gillette Castle we see before us. This unique attraction in East Haddam, Connecticut, attracts tourists with its unusual architecture and stylization of the Middle Ages. Gillette Castle and the surrounding park is an amazing place where nature and history intertwine to create a unique atmosphere of mystery and enchantment. Built between 1914 and 1919, the castle was the result of the labor of William Gillette, the famous actor and playwright who became famous for his role as Sherlock Holmes. Gillette personally designed the castle, paying attention to every detail to create a place full of mystery and surprises. Unusual room layouts, hidden doors, and secret locks all make the structure truly unique. Gillette, known for his eccentricity and fascination with mysticism, not only designed the castle with its bizarre mechanisms, but also used it for his theatrical experiments. The castle became the site of unusual events and encounters, which only enhanced its reputation as one of the most mysterious places in the region. On the estate, Gillette kept pets, including several exotic species, such as monkeys, which added extra flavor to this unusual place. The medieval-style castle is surrounded by an expansive park with paths, bridges, and observation decks, offering spectacular views of the Connecticut River. Its interior is decorated with unique handcrafted woodwork designed by Gillette himself. It also features original lighting and heating controls, and the unusual doors with manual locks and latches are still admired by visitors. Inside the castle, you can see the original furniture and other unique elements that have survived from those times. The castle is located on top of a hill, surrounded by a forest that blooms in a variety of hues in the fall, creating a picturesque landscape. Today, it is uninhabitable and used solely as a tourist attraction and museum. After William Gillette's death in 1937, the castle was sold and eventually given to the state of Connecticut. The fall season in East Haddam and around Gillette Castle is particularly appealing due to the unique combination of natural and architectural elements. A walk through the park at this time of year becomes a true journey back in time, where the vibrant fall colors contrast with the castle's gray stone and blue sky. The views of the Connecticut River and the wooded hills from the castle observation decks are especially breathtaking in the fall. The morning mists rising over the river add a mystical and mysterious atmosphere to the scenery, making a fall visit to Gillette Castle truly unforgettable. We continue our virtual journey through New England's picturesque towns. We're now looking at Plymouth, one of the most historically significant towns in the region. This is where European settlers began to settle North America. Plymouth was the first city founded in New England and one of the first settlements of English colonists in North America. This city holds the memory of important events of the past, and one of its main attractions is the famous Plymouth Rock. According to legend, it was on this cobblestone that the first European colonists set foot when they arrived on the continent. On November 21st, 1620, more than 100 English pilgrims from the Mayflower first landed on these shores, founding Plymouth and beginning a new chapter in American history. Today, it is home to the Plymouth Museum, which is a reconstruction of a 17th century pilgrim village. Visitors can experience the atmosphere of the time, see how the first settlers lived, their homes, gardens, and learn more about their interactions with the natives. Autumn in Plymouth is a special time when nature transforms the city into a vibrant, picturesque scene. The forests around Plymouth bloom in all shades of fall, from deep red to golden yellow. Walking along the ocean front and forest trails in the fall is especially delightful. You can enjoy magnificent views of the Atlantic Ocean fringed with fall colors that create a unique atmosphere. We are transported to one of the most scenic roads around Plymouth, where we can enjoy the views of fall. As we whiz past trees adorned with colorful foliage, we will see the city itself with its cozy houses, surrounded by greenery and autumn colors. While you admire the scenery, we'll tell you about the traditional celebrations that make Plymouth so special. The fall season in Plymouth is a time when the city comes alive with an array of festivals and fairs celebrating harvest, cooking, and crafts. Events that relate to the region's rich history and culture are especially popular. Among them are reenactments of the first Thanksgivings and artisan fairs, where you can see how traditional items are made. Plymouth is rightfully called the birthplace of the first Thanksgiving. It was here in 1621 that the famous feast was held, which is considered the first celebration of the holiday. Thanksgiving has become an important city tradition and is celebrated annually on the fourth Thursday in November. The history of the holiday dates back to the arrival of English settlers in 1620 on the American continent. The first winter proved to be deadly difficult. More than half of the settlers died of cold and disease. In the spring, when the survivors established the Plymouth colony, they were taught how to cultivate the land and grow crops by the Native American Indians. In November of 1621, the governor of the colony held a great feast to which the Indians who had rescued the settlers were invited. The feast became the first Thanksgiving in history. Today's holiday is associated with a traditional family dinner where turkey, mashed potatoes, casseroles, cornbread, cranberry sauce, and pies with various fillings are served. The whole family gathers around the table to celebrate together and express love and gratitude to each other. It is also a day of charity and sharing food with those in need. Thanksgiving has become one of the most important holidays in the United States. Since 1947, the White House has hosted a traditional roast turkey dinner. However, in 1989, President George Bush Sr. decided to change this tradition and pardoned the turkey, allowing it to avoid the holiday table. It has since become an annual tradition, and today symbolizes the hope for a miracle. This day has also become a time when the President of the United States traditionally grants pardons to some convicts. So, many people wait for it as if it were a miracle. Another tradition that has a special place in New England, where agriculture is strong, is the use of pumpkins during the fall holidays. The colorful and fun pumpkin festivals are especially popular here. One of the most interesting and unusual elements of these festivals is pumpkin throwing. During the event, participants compete to launch pumpkins using a variety of devices, such as cannons, throwing machines, catapults, and even huge slingshots. This spectacle not only entertains, but also brings people together, creating a fun and festive atmosphere. Pumpkins also play a key role in other fall holidays, such as Halloween and Thanksgiving. On Halloween, pumpkins are carved into scary masks and used to create lanterns, into which candles or lamps are inserted. These lights become a symbol of the holiday and decorate homes, creating a mysterious and mystical atmosphere. On Thanksgiving Day, pumpkin is brought back to the holiday table, but in the form of delicious pumpkin pie, a traditional dessert that is considered an essential part of the family dinner. We continue our leisurely journey along the picturesque roads around Plymouth. Outside the window, bright autumn landscapes unfold before us. Trees, decorated with colorful foliage, create a unique atmosphere. While we enjoy these views, let's remember the celebrities who made New England famous around the world. Matt Damon is one of the most famous actors and screenwriters of our time. He won an Academy Award for Best Screenplay for the 1997 movie Good Will Hunting, which he wrote with his friend Ben Affleck. Damon has also become known for his roles in films such as The Bourne Identity, The Martian, and Talented Mr. Ripley. He was born and raised in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and although he attended Harvard University, he left school to pursue an acting career. Stephen King is a legendary writer and king of horror. Author of more than 60 novels and 200 short stories. His works such as It, The Shining, Carrie, and Misery have become classics of world literature and have been screened. King was born in Portland, Maine, and still lives in the state. Many of his books are inspired by nature and small New England towns, which gives them a special atmosphere. Anna Kendrick is a talented actress and singer known for her roles in Twilight, The Perfect Voice, and I Wish I Was in the Sky, for which she was nominated for an Academy Award. Kendrick was born in Portland, Maine, and began her acting career on Broadway at the age of 12, becoming one of the youngest Tony Award nominees ever. Chris Evans is an actor best known for his role as Captain America in the Marvel movies. Evans has become the face of one of the most popular superheroes of our time and has gained immense popularity. He is also active in philanthropy and promoting social initiatives. Evans was born in Boston, Massachusetts, and grew up in the city of Sudbury. These outstanding individuals are just a small fraction of those who have made their talents famous by coming out of New England. This region continues to inspire and support a multitude of talents that make significant contributions to the culture and arts of the United States. Next, we invite you to relax in the quiet of the woods and be transported to one of the most interesting trails in New England, where nature and architectural craftsmanship come together. We are on the Keystone Arch Bridge Trail, located in the woods near the town of Chester, Massachusetts. This trail is named for the magnificent stone arch bridges built in the mid-19th century for the Boston and Albany Railroad line. The bridges are made in a traditional technique using capstones that hold the arches in the center, ensuring their strength and stability. These bridges are considered outstanding examples of stone architecture, and some of them reach heights of up to 70 feet, or 21 meters above the Westfield River and its tributaries. Amazingly, despite their age, the bridges have been preserved in near perfect condition. The trail runs along a historic railroad line that once connected Boston and New York, and was one of the first uses of stone arch bridges in railroad construction in the United States. Interestingly, there are rumors among locals and tourists that bridges can be haunted by ghosts that appear at dusk or at night. These stories are linked to the difficult history of bridge construction when labor was particularly hard. Although there is no evidence for this, such stories give the trail a special, mystical atmosphere. However, it is worth remembering that the trail can be challenging for inexperienced hikers, especially in rainy weather when the rocks become slippery. Rescue operations have been carried out here in the past due to hikers getting lost or injured while crossing bridges or descending to the river. The Keystone Arch Bridges Trail is a unique place where engineering excellence blends with natural beauty. Here, you can enjoy spectacular views and experience the tranquility of fall nature while staying away from the hustle and bustle of the city. Let's once again admire the breathtaking New England scenery from above, immersing ourselves in a feeling of flying and floating above the earth. Imagine yourself as birds gliding through the air, seeing the amazing trees beneath you with colorful foliage reflecting in the calm waters of lakes and rivers. All of this takes place under a serene blue sky, adorned with white clouds. While you enjoy these views, let's talk about the people who call New England home and learn about their character, psychology, and mentality. New Englanders are known for their independence, rooted in the history of the first settlers. Many were Puritans who sought religious freedom and self-government. This trait has persisted to this day, with New Englanders often showing resilience, hard work, and self-reliance. Unlike people from southern states who may be more open and emotional, New Englanders tend to be reserved in expressing their feelings. This doesn't mean that they are cold, but their culture values moderation and respect for personal boundaries. New England's harsh climate, especially in winter, requires perseverance and discipline. This is reflected in the culture of the region. Locals are accustomed to hard work and a practical approach to life. They value time, labor, and efficiency. New England is known for its prestigious educational institutions and intellectual environment. Many residents are proud of their educational backgrounds and cultural traditions. They tend to think deeply, analyze, and value knowledge. New England was the cradle of the American Revolution, and still today, many residents are active in local politics, philanthropy, and volunteerism. Community involvement is an important part of the culture here. Although New England is generally considered a progressive region, residents are often conservative and traditional in personal and family matters. Family values and morals play a significant role in their lives. Such peculiarities of mentality and character of New Englanders are due to the deep historical and cultural roots of the region. The Puritan heritage has had a significant impact on morality and social norms. The Puritans, with their strict views on work, education, and moral behavior, laid the foundation for a culture in which these values remain central. The harsh winters and difficult living conditions of the early years of colonization also shaped the character of the early settlers. Surviving in such conditions required resilience, perseverance, and adaptability, qualities that have been passed down from generation to generation and still define the spirit of the region. The presence of leading universities and cultural centers in New England has created an environment where knowledge, science, and the arts are valued. This intellectual climate has made education and cultural development important aspects of local life. To better understand the character and psychology of New Englanders, let's turn to literary characters, such as Ishmael from Herman Melville's Moby Dick, and Nathaniel Bumppo, known as the Beastmaster from James Fenimore Cooper's The Last of the Mohicans. Ishmael, the narrator of Moby Dick, embodies the typical traits of a New Englander. He is thoughtful, reserved, and prone to philosophical reflection. His inner world reflects the profound influence of his Puritan heritage and the difficult conditions of life in New England. Nathaniel Bumppo, or Beastmaster, represents the epitome of independence and self-reliance. His commitment to personal principles, his ability to live in harmony with nature, and his ability to adapt to difficult circumstances demonstrate the characteristic traits of New Englanders. These literary characters not only reflect typical traits of New Englanders, but also show how the region's history and culture have shaped people's characters. Next, we propose to descend from heaven to earth and continue our journey along the scenic roads of New England. We are now on one of the roads near the town of Lincoln, New Hampshire. Outside the car window, the magnificent autumn scenery stretches out. The trees, wrapped in colorful foliage, create a unique atmosphere. While we're enjoying these views, we'll tell you about another unique trip that tourists can take to admire the enchanting fall vistas of New England. It's a trip along the Conway Railroad on restored vintage trains. The Conway Railroad is not just a means of transportation, but a true journey through time. Built in 1872, this railroad was originally used to transport passengers and freight through the White Mountains. Today, it operates as a tourist attraction, offering rides on restored trains that allow you to experience the atmosphere of the past. The railroad's routes pass through some of New Hampshire's most scenic areas. One of the most popular routes is a journey through the Saco River Valley and the White Mountains, where the forests literally explode with color in the fall, punctuated by all shades of yellow-red, bright orange, and golden brown. One of the most famous routes is the ride through the Franconia Notch Gorge, a narrow passage among the mountain peaks. On this ride, passengers can enjoy spectacular views of craggy mountains, rushing rivers, and waterfalls. This route is especially popular in the fall, when the surrounding trees are painted in bright autumn colors, making the scenery truly unforgettable. Along the way, the train crosses several of New Hampshire's famous covered bridges, which have long been a symbol of New England. These bridges, surrounded by fall forests, look especially picturesque, adding to the ambiance of this unique journey. The trip begins and ends at the historic train station in the town of North Conway. The station building, built in 1874, is beautifully preserved and is one of the architectural gems of the region. The station also serves as a small museum where you can learn more about the history of the railroad and the region itself. The Conway Railroad also offers special themed trips such as Halloween trips, Christmas trips with Santa, and other holiday events, making it especially popular with families with children. Along the railroad are trails associated with local legends and folklore, adding an element of mystery to this fascinating journey. A trip on the Conway Railroad is a unique opportunity to enjoy the beauty of autumnal New England in the comfort and romance of a retro train, making it especially popular with tourists looking to see and experience the magic of the region's fall scenery. Dear friends, our virtual journey dedicated to the beautiful fall landscapes of New England is coming to an end. And we propose to finish it on the picturesque Winsted, Norfolk Road in Connecticut, where you can enjoy mesmerizing views of autumn nature. Winsted, Norfolk is a road that connects the towns of Winsted and Norfolk, passing through the Lickfield Hills. This route is famous for its magnificent scenery of forests and hills, especially during the fall season, when nature is transformed with vibrant colors. Along the road, you come across old houses, farms, and small ponds that give this place a special rustic charm. The town of Norfolk, which is located at one end of the road, is known as the cultural center in the woods and attracts music, art, and nature lovers. Here, on this road, we say goodbye to New England. We leave behind us bright maple trees, golden forests, and picturesque towns that seem like paintings from the paintings of artists. Autumn in New England is a time when nature seems to freeze in anticipation of winter, filling the surroundings with a peaceful and enchanting atmosphere. The cool air brings with it the sweet smell of ripe apples, and the rustle of fallen leaves can be heard underfoot. These moments remain in the memory forever. We hope this video tour has allowed you to experience the beauty and richness of autumnal New England, and perhaps inspired you to make your own journey to this magical land. After all, fall here is not just a season. It's a state of mind that will stay with you even when the last leaf has already fallen to the ground. Thank you for being with us, dear friends. See you again.